Greetings my saplings. In today's video we are going to be discussing the Jordan 1 Crimson. To be specific, like always in these How to Cop guides, we'll be talking about some release info, no background information because there's nothing really to this shoe. We'll be talking about how to cop the shoe, of course, and finally, like always, we'll be discussing some resale predictions for those of you who might be interested in reselling the shoe. But you guys know me with these Jordan 1s. It's always going to be a personal. Kicking it off with the release info, these shoes are releasing for $160 on the 24th of January. Again, this is the Jordan 1 Neutral Gray, also known as the Jordan 1 Crimson. So now, moving to how to cop these sneakers. I think the easiest way to guarantee yourself a pair is to go to the first come first serve at your local Foot Locker or your local Foot Action. Just like the Rookie of the Year Jordan 1s, these are not going to have the reservations, which is quite unfortunate considering this is a work day and not a weekend. Only for very few cities there are going to be reservations. You can feel free to check your app, but the majority of them are first come first serve. If you are looking to get a size under 9, I would definitely recommend getting there super early, but if you just want a size over 10, you could probably walk in during your lunch break at work. Especially if you're in a location with very high tax, such as California, they tend to sit there for around a day or so. Again, I'll re-emphasize, if you want a 7.5 or an 8, 8.5, you're gonna have to get there early. Now, of course, considering this is a work day or also a school day for some of you guys, obviously you want to try to cop these online as well. So regarding the online drops, the first two I'd like to mention are Foot Locker and also Foot Action. These are the only two foot sites that are going to be dropping them, and actually Foot Action doesn't even have them on their release calendar on the website for some reason, so perhaps they might not even release them. But of course, if they do load up, I'll just tweet it out to you guys at around 10 a.m. Eastern time. But Foot Locker is definitely guaranteed to be releasing online. And it's not just Foot Locker US. Of course, if you are in Europe, Foot Locker Europe will be releasing these too at 3 a.m. Eastern time. Now, regarding some other sites that are going to be dropping at 3 a.m. Eastern time, and they do ship worldwide for the most part. So some of these sites would include 43 and Hob, 5 Points, BSTN, Overkill, Bounceware, Asphalt Gold. There's plenty more, but these are the ones specifically that I've tend to find the most success on. For example, there's other sites such as Soulbox, but I really see lackluster success on there. So if you are going manual, I would suggest going for these sites. And of course, if you are botting as well, of course, these sites are great options too if your bot does support it. Moving on from those sites though, moving to Nike sneakers, US and also Europe. Europe hasn't loaded up as of me recording this video. However, I am confident that they will load up rather shortly. US drops at 10 a.m. Eastern time on the 24th, and then Europe will be dropping at 3 a.m. Eastern time. This will be a Leo drop, so if you did plan on using the new Nike method, two things I wanted to mention about that. First of all, if you do want to use it, I would not recommend buying proxies for this release, specifically because with a Leo drop, you only have a 1 to 2 minute time window, and if you're buying daily proxies, you have to buy them in the set of 25. It's probably going to be a fruitless endeavor to go through with this, specifically because you're only going to have 2 minutes. There's no shot you could get in 25 accounts in 2 minutes manually. And the final thing I wanted to mention was, hypothetically, if this did happen to be a draw, I just wanted to give you guys a brief warning. I did test out the free VPN, and it worked. I got in 11 accounts on both products for the Fear of God shoot-arounds and also the Fear of God Air 1s. However, there was a lot of lag. So for this reason, I had to refresh a few times. I had to try turning on and off the VPN. Some of the accounts I couldn't even get in at all, and I had to give up and move on to other ones. But of course, that's what you get with free stuff. So for the future, when there is another draw, I'd just like to recommend to you guys that the proxies with the Switch Omega that I mentioned in the Air Max guide, that was the original method, which is still in the written guide, that's most likely going to be much more efficient. Especially because I actually did test that method out, and it did go quite well for me on the SB Pigeons. But of course, I still didn't cop. You know, it's supply and demand. What are you going to do? Finally, moving on from Nike sneakers, there are always going to be raffles on my Twitter. If you happen to be watching this video a little too late, first of all, feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications, but also feel free to follow my Twitter. It's KeithAdam10. I'll post some useful info there. Specifically, I just put up the raffles there. They've been up there for quite a while. But if you did happen to miss out on the raffles, no worries. I'll be posting more raffles frequently for other releases in the future. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt with the poor quality, but basically My mic cut out, and I still wanted to give you guys the resale predictions. I think you guys should know this now when it comes to Jordan 1s. The smallest sizes always tend to do the best. Specifically with these, I would stick to sizes under 10, and the sizes 7.5 to 9 are really going to do quite well. I wouldn't suggest sleeping on these. 9 and 9.5 aren't going to do too bad. And when it comes to sizes over 10, if you have no tax in your location, you're probably going to be able to make some lunch money. So feel free to go for them if you don't have any tax in your location. But yeah, that's really essentially it. With that, I'm actually going to conclude today's video. There's not much really I could tell you guys. I just want to keep this short and sweet. So feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, like I mentioned before, feel free to subscribe and turn on post notifications just so you stay 100% updated on every hyped release. With that, good luck, of course. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Get your foot off my foot. Ah.